Hello and welcome to another edition of Paranormal Activity and Mysterious Stories. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got going on in this video. The first one is from Reddit. It's a shape-shifting UFO that flies away and then vanishes. I'm not too sure. I mean, that's a description. I'm not too sure it's an accurate description though. Let's see. Another one is this video from Russia, which, you see this object here peeping out of the clouds. Let's see, I got another video that shows all of these little objects. I mean, they say it's they're coming to Earth, but I don't know. It seems to me like they're leaving Earth. I also have a video of some guy pointing out a UFO with a pointer, and he claims that his pointing made the UFO maneuver. Let's see, an article from NASA. Actually, it's not an article, it's a video. They landed on an asteroid. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, but some of it, it's not all the one video. It's just actually just a small portion of the total footage. Most of it's like artist rendition. Let's see, I also have a video about UFOs around nuclear plants. And then last is an announcement by Stephen Greer about a witness who found a UFO in the water. So let's go to the first one here. Let's go full screen on this one and check this out here. UFO shapeshifts, flying away and then vanishes. Actually, let me just get to there we go. Yeah, I don't think it actually shapeshifts. I think it just, the turning, it just changes the way it looks, and it just seems like it's shape-shifting. You know what I mean? You just see the way it turned here, like right, yeah. And I think it, you see it or the disappearing it's just that it just moves away so fast that it looks like it disappeared, but it actually just it's like it went into overdrive or something. And like here, I think this is it. It's turning and maybe showing us the top, and maybe the way the sun is hitting it, or there's another cloud casting a shadow. I think I think there's some explanations for why it may look like it's shape-shifting. And then, basically that's all this video does. It's in slow motion. You see this thing and it goes across the screen and then takes off and disappears. But of course, I will leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. Okay, now let's take a look at this one here. This is out of Russia. Now, I'm not too sure if this video is going in slow motion. I think it is. Yeah, it's in slow motion. So I can't really tell like how fast this thing is moving. But, things like this isn't an anomaly. I've said this before in my other videos. Things like this where, you see something poking out of the out of a cloud. It's not an anomaly. I think this is the same video from before. Look at that thing. Well, okay, so on this video here, you get three. That's all I want to play on this. I'll leave a link to this video in the description. You want to check it out. Let's see. Now this one here. Fleet of hundreds of UFOs heading towards Earth were seen in the International Space Station's live streaming. In case you didn't know already, NASA has their own YouTube channel on which they regularly stream the ISS footage live from space, as it usually offers ufologists a good unbiased look into space as a whole. Recently, however, this brand new footage was captured by it, which showcases a massive fleet of hundreds of UFOs coming straight for us. This is not a drill, as many have already pointed out by now, but this strange anomaly is not one that we should ignore. I don't think it's an anomaly, because this isn't the first time I've seen a video like this. If this just happened, then something like this happened again. Because I'm positive I have seen or heard other people talk about these fleets of UFOs that captured by the ISS. And I'm telling you, yeah, all these UFOs, they're not visiting. This is some type of operation that's going on because this is their planet. It would be as if like if our military were having some drill with let's say we were having war games, you know, with Russia or with China, and some other species was standing, you know, back and watching it. I think this is what's going on here. You know, let's watch this video. I think you know, like I said, you know, we are not alone on this planet. Whatever this is, you know, these people doing their thing on this planet that they also happen to live on. This isn't something, you know, like, yeah, that like some aliens from another dimension or from the future. Now that's if there isn't some reasonable explanation for this. Wow, look at that. You know, yeah, I'm zipping around on this because I don't want to get hit with copyright violations, but you know, I'll leave a link in the description. You want to check it out. Like, so we're positive though that this isn't, like, these aren't city lights, right? These aren't city lights. These are definitely objects that are in the atmosphere. Wow. Yeah, again, you know, these aren't anomalies. These are things that happen on a regular basis. Let's see. UFO quickly dodged a laser pointed at it. Insane maneuver. A UFO was filmed over the skies of California near Big Bear Lake. When the civilians spotted it, they immediately decided to capture it on camera, and one guy started pointing a powerful laser at it. At first, the UFO flies right above them and then is no longer visible, but makes a sharp turn and is visible again. Makes some rotations, and when a laser hits the UFO, it does a sharp maneuver and dodges the laser in an instant, perhaps thinking it was hostile or some sort of attack. I have my doubts on that. Might have just been a coincidence.
He is hauling butt. I don't have my laser on me, otherwise I'd point him. He's gone now. But he was,
Oh, I thought maybe December. I thought the title of this thing was no laser, or dodges a laser. Oh, here we go. Maybe here we go.
Flying right over our heads.
You know what? I wonder if it seems like this guy must go out there a lot.
Turning. Yeah. Yeah, you see him?
Whoa. Was that movement because of the laser, or was that the camera movement?
Yeah. Yeah, you see him?
Yeah, it just flashed.
I'm lasering at him, and he's curving.
Wait, let me go back to that.
Pointing it right at him. And now he's turning.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, let me look at that again. Was it, did the camera jerk?
And now he's turning.
No? Wow, that thing moved. That thing jumped very strange, but I'm not too sure if it was because of the laser. Interesting. Okay, let's go to the next one here. NASA releases OSIRIS-REx footage and images from Asteroid Bennu mission. NASA's first ever mission to collect samples from an asteroid. You know, yeah, I watched this thing live, and it was pretty wild. But you know what I thought was interesting was while it was happening live, they didn't actually show the satellite touch. Okay, let's go full screen on this. Now, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, this part is animation. No, let me start at the beginning. Okay. Yeah, you see down here it says visualization. Yeah, this isn't real. This part is not real. This is just a visualization, touch and go. Oh, come on, let's just get to the point. Okay, so here, and then down here it says artist concept. This isn't also is not real. Now this part is imagery from Osiris Rex. This is real. That is something that we made and is landing on an asteroid 200 million miles from Earth. That is amazing. Well, that's it for that video. These guys celebrating, and I think that they should be celebrating because that's a heck of an accomplishment that we're able to send a probe 200 million miles and land it on a teeny tiny asteroid. Oh man, amazing. So anyways, I'll leave a link to that. You can check that out. Let's see. This is a video of incidents where, you know, UFOs are turning off nuclear facilities. And like I've said in my other videos, I find it very hard to believe that, you know, some alien species that's, you know, from another dimension or another planet or another galaxy or from the future would be so interested in our nuclear facilities that they would turn them off. You know, they wouldn't have a reason. And not just ours. Remember, they're doing this in Russia too. So I would have to imagine they're doing it in order to protect their home. So let's check this out.
At 6:30 p.m., they notice a large egg-shaped object hovering above the lake, which is covered in ice. Once home, Sheila asks her husband Henry to go back with them to see the UFO. They return and watch it from the beach. It's rocking from end to end, making no sound.
You know, this egg shape, I bet you this is like the Tic Tac. You know, so again, whoever is operating this Tic Tac, this shaped craft has, you know, there are a lot of reports of crafts that resemble this. So these have to be our neighbors. You know, these aren't people that are visiting.
And slowly moving downward toward the ice. This was too much for the Bakers. They returned home and called the nearby Coast Guard station. As they drove to the scene, officials received 2 more calls. The egg was dispersing smaller UFOs that were swarming around it and performing odd maneuvers, like coming to a stop in mid-flight. Some made passes near the Perry nuclear plant. The officials arrived. Their account begins.
That's all of that video I'm going to play because I don't want to get hit with copyright violations, but I'll leave the link in the description, you know, if you want to watch this. But remember, you know, when you're watching this, think about from the perspective of, you know, these people are trying to protect their homes or their home, and they're obviously have been monitoring our progress for years, you know, because there are lots of reports of UFOs observing all of our wars, you know, going back thousands of years. So it's pretty obvious they've been somehow involved in our affairs for a long, long time. So now let's go to this last video. And, you know, this is Stephen Greer, new top secret witness testimony of an underwater ET object. And, you know, again, one thing about Stephen Greer, he works for the government. He has said it many times. He was the guy that briefed Reagan. He briefed Clinton. You know, think about that. When the people in the government said it's time for the president to know about UFOs, Stephen Greer was the guy who was on their, you know, in their Rolodex. You know what I mean? So obviously he's somehow connected. He's an insider. So and being an insider, he has to maintain the insider narrative, which means, you know, we're not going to get the full truth from Stephen Greer. But anyways, let's check this out.
Testimony of a new top secret witness who in 2002 retrieved an extraterrestrial disc off the coast of Guam near the Marianas Trench area, which of course is
Bam. Stephen Greer just said what I've been saying. There's a history of reports of UFOs going in and out of this area, coming out of the ocean and then going out into space. This is their home. When we see them, they obviously must be departing and sometimes arriving to their home. But anyways, that's basically all this thing says. I don't want to play the whole thing. It's just a minute long, but that's essentially all he's saying is, that he's got another witness to come out. But this is all the small d disclosure. Okay, I do not believe any head of state or anyone from quote representing the government is ever going to come out in a formal meeting to announce that we are not alone in the universe, or even we're not alone on this planet, because it just opens up too many lawsuits. It would open up the government, you know what I mean? Because throughout the years, we know people's lives were ruined because they tried to reveal the truth about the alien presence on this planet. And if they went too far, some people were killed, right? People had their lives ruined, jobs taken away. So if anyone in the government were to come out and make that announcement, then it just opens up all of these different agencies to all these different lawsuits from all the different people that they screwed throughout the years, and trying to maintain this secrecy. But so it's up to us, Yes, we can't be so institutionalized that we have to wait for the government to tell us what we can and can't believe, right? The truth is, we are not alone on this planet. There's advanced species that live in our oceans and deep earth caverns. Linda Moulton Howe is saying it. Tom DeLonge is saying it. Richard Dolan is saying it. I've heard all of these people, one way or another, say it, and it finally got through my thick skull. So now I'm saying it, and I think if we can get more and more people to finally say it and acknowledge it, maybe we can live in a different world, and opposed to this madness that we're going through now. So anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share the video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.